The Truth Will Set You Free, with Hector Melo.
The miracle of the sun is one of the strangest events that had happened on Earth in history. This phenomenon was misinterpreted by many religious people as a divine feat made by God. But according to some researchers, this was actually a close encounter by extraterrestrial beings. Today we are going to study deeply the miracle of the sun. Stay tuned. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to The Truth Will Set You Free. Once you do that, now we are ready to proceed. The miracle of the sun, also known as a miracle of Fatima, is a series of events reported to have occurred by miracle on October 13, 1917, attended by a large crowd who had gathered in Fatima, Portugal, in response to a prophecy made by three shepherd children, Lucia Santos, Francisco, and Jacinta Marto. The prophecy was that the Virgin Mary would appear and perform miracles at that date. Newspapers published testimony from witnesses who had said they had seen extraordinary solar activities, such as the sun appeared to dance or zigzag in the skies, advance towards Earth, or emit multicolored light and radiant colors. According to these reports, the event lasted approximately 10 minutes. Beginning in the spring of 1916, three Catholic shepherd children living near Fatima reported apparitions of an angel, and starting in May 1917, apparitions of Virgin Mary, whom the children described as the Lady of the Rosary. The children reported a prophecy that prayer will lead to an end of the Great War, and that on 13 October of that year the lady will reveal her identity and perform a miracle, so that all may believe. Newspapers reported the prophecies, and many pilgrims began visiting the area. The children's accounts were deeply controversial, drawing intense criticism from both local secular and religious authorities. A provincial administrator briefly took the children into custody, believing the prophecies were politically motivated in opposition to the official secular First Portuguese Republic established in 1910. Estimates of the number of people present range from 30,000 and 40,000 by Avelino de Almeida, writer to the Portuguese newspapers O Século. But according to the lawyer José de Almeida Garrett, it's estimated that around 100,000 people witnesses the phenomena. According to many witnesses, after a period of rain, the dark clouds broke and the sun appeared as an opaque, spinning disk in the sky. It was said to be significantly duller than normal, and to cast multicolored lights across the landscape, the people, and the surrounding clouds. The sun was then reported to have careered towards Earth before zigzagging back to its normal position. Witnesses reported that their previously wet clothes became suddenly and completely dry, as well as the wet and muddy ground that had been previously soaked because of the rain that was being fallen. Not all witnesses reported seeing the sun dance. Some people only saw the radiant colors. Several people saw nothing. Descriptions of the events reported at Fatima were collected by Father John Di Marchi, an Italian Catholic priest and researcher. Di Marchi spent 7 years in Fatima, from 1943 to 1950, a concluding research and interview with the principal at length. In the Immaculate Heart in 1952, Di Marchi reported that the ranks, those present on 13 October, included believers and non-believers, pious old ladies and coffin young men, hundreds. From these mixed categories have given formal testimony. Reports to vary impressions are in minor details confused, but none of our knowledge has directly denied the visible prodigy of the sun. Part of the crowd looking at the sun during the event, Di Marchi authored several books on the subject, such as The True Story of Fatima. They include a number of witnesses. Remember that most of the content discussed on the Truth Will Set You Free channel are material taken from the book What Really Happened by Hector Melo. The same can be found by clicking on Hector Melo's book icon at the homepage of this channel, or by by clicking on the link found on the description of this video. What really happened recounts the secret history of humanity and reveals the true identity of the gods of antiquity. You may also find other books being written by this author, including his Anunnaki saga. Anunnaki, the creation. Anunnaki, war of gods. And Anunnaki, the rebellion. For these and more, please visit www.lulu.com. One of the descriptions by many witnesses says the following: the sun at one moment surrounded by the scarlet flame, showing light in yellow and deep purple colors. The objects seemed to have a spinning movement, at times appearing to be loosened from the sky and to be approaching Earth, and emitting a strongly radiating heat. This was written by Domingos Pinto Coelho for the Catholic newspaper Ordem. Another description of the event says as follows: the sunsticks did not remain immobile. It was not the sparkling of a heavenly body, for it spun around on itself in a mad whirlwind. Suddenly a clamor was heard from all people. The sun whirling seemed to loosen itself from the firmament and advanced threateningly upon the earth, as if up to crush us with his huge fiery weight. The sensation during those movements was terrible. The Marchi attributes this description to Almeida Garrett, professor of natural science at Coimbra University. Theological father Stanley J. Jackie wrote that it was actually given by Jose Almeida Garrett, a young lawyer, and is often mistakenly attributed to his father, a professor of natural science at the University of Coimbra, Portugal, named Gonçalo de Almeida Garrett. For many researchers, this series of events were actually close encounters with extraterrestrial beings of the first, second, and third kind, respectively. That is to say, that those kids and the crowd that witnesses the supposed miracle of the sun, they were seeing a UFO. According to the description of the flying object, we believe it was a flying saucer-shaped spacecraft that was hovering above those citizens. That explains why the warm radiation of this spaceship dried those people's clothes. Another evidence is pretty simple to understand, and that is concerning the stunts this spacecraft performed that day. A real sun have not the shape of a flying disc. Either can perform stunts in the skies, since this contradicts the laws of physics. If you are a fan of the ancient astronauts, the unknown and mystery, you will love to take a look at some cool stuff made for you. Just visit the official Hector Melo shop. You may find there items based on those characters that we love. The Anunnaki, the Alpha Centaurians, the Zeta Reticulans, the Pleiadians, the Orions, the Olympians, the Shivarus, and more. Please visit www.cafepress.com/shop/Hector Melo. Cool t-shirts, mugs, apparel, and more. www.cafepress.com/shop/Hector Melo. If we pay attention to the description of the supposed entity that appeared before the children, it was described as a small being with no legs, never walked, but was hovering above the ground the whole time. This description fits perfectly to the one of a robot more than of a biological being. They never saw the creature breathing, eating, drinking, or even talking with a mouth. This could be an alien robot or an extraterrestrial biological droid, as a short gray alien, maybe? The kids ensured that the creature showed them Earth's upcoming future. Probably this extraterrestrial droid displayed a hologram in mid-air. The miracle of the sun was a close encounter of the first, second, and third kind from a ufologist perspective, since this event includes all the elements required to such claim. We need to remember the psychological aspect of ancient man theory. These farmers explain an unknown phenomenon from their own ignorance and a few available intellectual resources to describe the same. That is to say, since they have their own beliefs on religion, they misinterpreted the close encounters as divine visitations from Virgin Mary. Remember, subscribe to this channel, hit that button. Now we can continue. The most impressive within these accounts are the description of the stunts performed by this spacecraft, but also some of the witnesses described the craft as a flying saucer that emitted colored bright lights of different tones, including blue light. This is a very important detail, since blue light cannot be produced naturally, but artificially, in other terms, by means of technology. It seems that this extraterrestrial creature or droid came to Earth to warn humans of an upcoming terrible event. Could this be referring to an alien invasion? Remember to follow us on our social media: XCOM, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, TikTok, and Discord. Don't forget to follow. Nowadays, many years after this so-called miracle of the sun, some researchers had studied this case again in order for finding more clues. But everything indicates that those people of Cabo de Iria in Portugal experienced a close encounter of the first, second, and third kind. Hi, this is Hector. If you really want to help us to make this channel to grow, you may consider making a donation to the Truth Will Set You Free PayPal account, which is hmelo25@yahoo.com. Thank you. We really appreciate your contribution. Maybe someday that alien creature or robot may return and will encounter a more civilized and smart population, more prepared for understanding the messages this visitor tried to transmit. The miracle of the sun, a very controversial event, and strange too. But for many researchers, this was actually a close encounter of the first, second, and third kind. Many believe that this has not too much difference in comparison with other narratives from the past that recount the same kind of events, a close encounter with extraterrestrials. Please comment below. Thanks for watching. The Truth Will Set You Free. See you next time.